and welcome back to the Tailors Talk Podcast, live here at Grind Entertainment Studios, home of Musician Tailor LLC. I'm your co-host, Chevy Revis, along with my co-host and co-founder, Darrell Twin Smith.
What's up, y'all?
Today's special guest is a major figure and connector in the Kentucky and Indiana region, better known as Kentuckiana. She's the former vice president of Allegiance DJ and co-executive producer of the Kentucky Urban Entertainment Award. Please help us welcome to the show, hailing all the way from Henderson, Kentucky, now an essential staple in the 502 Louisville, Kentucky area. Our good friend, ally, and associate, Amber Powell, a.k.a.
AP. The full government, though. Okay. Because you know my mom. That's
right. Shout out to Mom. Shirley? I ain't gonna say her name, but shout out to Mama.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming, AP.
Yeah, I finally made my way down here.
Yeah. Always great to see you.
We definitely appreciate you driving way down here and spending some time here on Tailor Talk Podcast.
Yes.
We know you came down here to see Big Crit.
I did. Yes. I'm on my way to the Crit
Scotty
concert.
Scotty,
shout out
to the
Scotty.
Cool Club.
My faves. I went to the show in Nashville a few weeks ago, and then I realized that the finale show was going to be in Atlanta, and I haven't been down here in years. So I said, okay, I'm going to hit the road.
Come on now.
So, AP, I'm going to do you like this here.
Okay.
I'm going to slide you closer.
Can you hear me? Check.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay.
You know, we just want to make sure we got you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
But, you know, you done a lot for this music industry.
Thank you.
A lot of folks don't understand what you do and what you contribute to this the love of music, hip hop, especially in that great state of Kentucky. So, you know, as your journey began, how did you jump in this music industry?
Oh, gosh. Well, I grew up in the 90s. You know, like I was in high school in the 90s, and I just loved rap music and just had like this passion for rap music is all I can say. And I remember I had an old school Cadillac, a 75 Eldorado, and I used to ride around in I'm 16 years old, riding around in this old school Cadillac. And I can remember, you know, there was like Snoop and Dre and Wu-Tang and all that. But I remember my homegirl, Rhonda, you know, because we would just bust blocks back then. You just rode around like the same 4 blocks in the neighborhood all day. And my homegirl, Rhonda, pulled up and threw this CD into my car, like from her car. And it was the Down South Hustlers compilation.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah. And I remember playing that like for a couple of days. And I was just, I don't know what the word is, just like so taken away with that and that South Coast music, and really got into like UGK, 8 Ball, and MJG, and, you know, everything, No Limit. And I mean, we just like, you know, eat, sleep, and breathe all that kind of music. And I was crazy, you know, as a teenager. I was wilding. And then as I got older and I graduated, I went to college, and I had my first daughter and everything, and I had to get a job, like a real job. And there was a part-time job at the TV station editing video at the news. So, you know, when you watch the news and like, you know, they're talking and then the video pops up. And so it wasn't like my first job, but, you know, that was back, we edited video on beta tapes. Yeah. So, you know, now it's all on the computer, and it's called non-linear editing. Well, when I got started, there were 2 beta tapes, 2 machines. And if you wanted to like add a clip, you had to start over again, like from the beginning. And we, you know, ran beta tapes and all that. So that was my job. And then, you know, some time passed and everything, and talking about me being from Henderson, Kentucky, there was just like one of our OGs that I grew up with, you know, like my big cousin and him had like a little crew and everything, Don Fetty. And he began rapping, and he moved to Atlanta, and he was kind of, you know, like in our eyes from Henderson,
Superstar.
Kentucky, like doing it big. He lived in Atlanta. He made rap music. And so at some point, I don't really remember how it came about, but at some point I had this skill with editing video. And I had this friend that made rap music. And I think I did edited a video, some footage he had or something, and just kind of did that for him and did a couple of things for him. And then he ended up performing at the Kemp Awards with Slick and Marley. And so he got connected with that in Louisville. And I didn't know them or anything. And then time went on, like all this has transpired over years. And gosh, I don't know. Sorry, I'm kind of like trying to put it all together here. But eventually I met Slick. Like a few years later, I met Slick. And Slick kind of befriended me because of Don Fetty. You know, it was like, oh, you're Don Fetty's people. You know, you're cool with us. And so I linked up with Slick and Marley, and I went to back then was the Kemp Awards, which is when I met you in 2009. That was like my first award show. And I borrowed a video camera from somebody I knew, and it was like the big one on the shoulder. Do you remember? You had to put like a whole tape in it and everything.
It was a 2-man hole.
Yeah. And I just showed up at this award show with this video camera on my shoulder and just started like shooting and interviewing. And I remember grabbing you because you looked important, and I was like, hey, you know, who are you? Can I interview you? And Cash from Louisiana and Kenzo and Hurricane. That's when I met Hurricane, which is like my brother now. I mean, we are like family, you know. And that's really kind of how I got my foot in the door in the music industry, and it kind of grew from there.
Yeah, I was amazed because it was like she stood out like a sore thumb, man. Like, you know how Louisville is. You know,
I think I was there because Woo was there, wasn't it?
Woo was there.
I was there that night.
I want to say it was in Indiana that time. At
the Grand Theater in New Albany.
In New Albany.
And then there was, at some point, Slick was like, we can't keep having the Kentucky Awards in Indiana.
Right. But hey, I just seen her, and I was just like, when you came up to me, I was like, who is this little girl? This little white girl in here.
You can't see right now, but I'm like 5'1" and a half.
Little white girl in here with this big ass camera.
Yeah, not very
like
tall.
She was carrying that table on her shoulder. Like, it was huge, man. But it was like she was getting all the footage, and everybody was lined up to talk to her. So
that was the first time I had ever like been on the scene or anything. Yeah. And I made a lot of connections that day and just built on that and went from there. Yeah,
camera can get you in a lot of places.
Right. I looked important. I had no idea what I was doing.
But that's what they are. Everybody was there to get, either pictures or video. And this was before people were really like, getting footage and content like that.
That's what I always say. Like, I created content before content was ever a thing, Right.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say that. And as that night, once you got all the footage together and you sent it out to everybody, how did that make you feel?
It was cool because, like I said, I just, I grew up just wanting to be a part of this thing. There was this thing, and I was very far removed. I mean, kind of, because I was kind of in the mix with some other things and, everything. But just this in the 90s, I mean, you guys remember how it was. And I just was so fascinated by rap music in the 90s. And I just wanted to be a part of this thing. It just made me feel so good. And so years later, a long time later, when that transpired and I started making connections and I started actually like working. And I remember after that, it was probably a couple months after that, Hurricane paid me to come to Louisville and shoot a video. And it was the first time I'd ever got paid to do anything. And it was the first time I'd ever shot a video. It was the Make It Work video. So go to YouTube, look up Make It Work, Hurricane. I did that.
That's on the State to State mixtape too.
Yes. And
with with Bandman.
Yep,
Okay,
with Bandman.
Yeah,
Yes.
Bandman produced
Shout out to Bandman.
Shout out to Bandman. Yep.
I talked to him earlier this week too.
Yeah, you know he's here too now.
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah.
Okay, good for him. I mean, I see him doing big things, you know.
Yeah, he's doing it.
Yeah, but I didn't know where he was. But you couldn't tell me nothing. Like, I got paid to shoot a rap video. I was just like, oh my God. You know, and I made it.
And her season. Her season was the biggest thing out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. So it felt really good, you know, and I just kept pushing from there.
And then so after from doing videos, then now you producing shows. So how did you get into producing shows? How did that transpire? Because I know you was shooting videos and like I said, you was everywhere in Louisville. You was touching every
I would pull
artist.
up. Like, I didn't care where it was. And again, this was before, like, everything was on the phone. There was no social media. I think we had Twitter, but Twitter was in real time.
It was a MySpace day.
We had MySpace. We had Twitter. There was no Google Maps. Like, I had to figure out where I was going in whatever city I was in, you know, with the big map.
That old atlas.
And I would just pull up anywhere. Like, not know anybody and just pull up and be like, hey, I'm here. Hi. And grind it out. And I did that for a long time. But as far as like the evolution of it, like I said, my career, my day job career was in TV news. So like I told you, I got started editing video, and then I learned how to produce the shows. And so I became a news producer. And we're talking years and probably a decade of doing that and then just being in the mix on the side. And then in 2015, I moved to Louisville. I had lived a little bit everywhere. I'm from Henderson, Kentucky, 270. 270, that's where I'm from, born and bred. And people ask me all the time, what is South Alvis? Because that's like my Instagram name or whatever. That's the street that I grew up on in Henderson, Kentucky. So that's, you know.
I never knew that.
And that's how I represent where I came from, always.
Oh, that's what's up.
But I had lived everywhere. I lived in Nashville, Pensacola, Florida, just, you know, moved around a lot during that time. And then I landed back in Louisville, and I was a TV producer. And about a year in Louisville, I created this music segment on the midday show called Sounds of the City. They let me have my own, you know, I was like, hey, can we bring some music in? And they were like, what do you mean? And I was like, hey, I want to do this segment. I want to bring in artists and bands, and I want to interview them on the show. And then they can play a song in this other studio, and just literally created this thing called Sounds of the City on Wave 3 in Louisville. And that did good. We had all different kinds of artists and people. And that was really cool because a lot of people think if you're on TV, it's such a big deal, you know, and it's just local news. And like, to me, I'm like, that's nothing. But people really thought it was cool to be on TV. So we did that. And then I had the morning show on the weekend. So anytime somebody had something going on, I would bring them in and interview them. And then they created a lifestyle and entertainment brand. It was called Derby City Weekend. And so then I got to move over. I got to get out of news, which was like, awesome. I got to stop doing news, and I got to do lifestyle and entertainment. So I would go out to the restaurants, and, you know, that's when content started really becoming a thing. And I was doing that. And in the meantime, on the side, you know, I had moved back to Louisville, was spending a lot of time with Slick and EB and everything. And then that's when the Allegiance was born. The Allegiance. Kemp kind of went away. The Allegiance was reborn. And then the Kentucky Urban Entertainment Awards was born. And I remember Slick bringing me on. You know, I had hung around for a long time, you know, just doing the thing. And I was never a member of Kemp Camp. like a member. But when the Allegiance came along, I remember Slick asked me to join the Allegiance. And you would have thought, I mean, I had made it, like, because I kind of was, but I wasn't. And so it was just really cool to be official. And then I remember one time we were in my kitchen just chilling, catching up and stuff. And Slick, there hadn't been an award show in a year or two. And Slick was like, yeah, we're going to bring the awards back. We're going to rebrand it, with this new thing we got going on. And I was like, oh, that's great. And again, I'd had about 10 years producing live TV. So I was a producer. I was like, so who's going to produce it? And he's like, I don't know, And I was like, please let me do it, please. It's like, sure. And so that's kind of, and then, yeah. And so I was kind of like the executive producer, co-executive producer with Slick. And then, as the years went on, the team really formulated and everybody came together to build that. So
I seen, I know Miss Twin, we saw Camp Awards, stuff like that coming up. And we've been to a lot of them, but I can honestly say nothing. I'm not trying to, shit on Camp Award, but it's day and night from Camp Award to the Kentucky Urban.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big
Camp Award.
It's a big.
Well, it's different times.
It's different times.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I could see the difference of the elevation.
Thank you.
Of how,
Yeah.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, the first one I went to, 09, was super lit. That's the one that was.
Yeah, that was the third annual.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that was a great award
it was
show.
a great one. Then we came back across the river. Then it's like they were rebranding a little bit, getting it back off the ground. But I do say I appreciate all of that because we had a chance to promote and be around Camp and Elite DJ. So shout out to you, Slick, EB, everybody over there. Even Marley.
Marley, yeah. Well, because Marley kind of like created that to begin with.
Well, Marley, Marley was a big state. Marley had a whole mixtape with KFC.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was the first time I was like, oh, he got a collaboration with KFC, which made sense. Since y'all in Kentucky.
Marley he was the one that was pressing CDs and all that?
Yeah, they had the whole CD press thing.
Marley used to have some hot mixtapes.
Yeah, Marley, Marley,
what was the one? It was one of my favorites with John Jeezy. That was one of my favorite mixtapes of all time.
And
I can't remember the name of it. God, I used to listen to that all the time. It was around the same time, like 09, 2010.
Man. I tell people, man, people sleep on Kentucky so bad, but I tell you, man, it helped us a lot. And Slick with At the Crib, all these mixtapes, all that.
At the Crib, 278.
Got like they were pumping them out like 2-3 times a week. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't keep up. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, yeah, this is a place to be.
At the Crib and After the Club. So At the Crib was like the rap music, and then After the Club was like the R&B music and stuff. And there were so many. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, man. Y'all doing it, man. I appreciate that.
No, I was just really excited to be a part of it. And when I did the awards, so the first year, I remember the first year. I'm just going to start telling stories. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I remember the first year that I came in and helped with the awards, we had it at Coconut Beach, which was like a nightclub. It was like a Mexican restaurant, Hispanic nightclub. And, we had it there. And I remember I was hosting the red carpet in a KY Rays t-shirt that was all cut up. And I was hosting the red carpet, but also supposed to be producing the show. And Slick is so, if anybody has ever been to the awards, we start at 7 p.m. sharp. We don't start at 7:01. And Slick started the show without me. I'm still interviewing people. And I heard Jeff Johnson, because he opened the show. He was performing. And I was like, oh shit, gotta go. And I dropped the mic on the red carpet, run up to the stage. But I remember, we were just doing everything, know.
Hold on. Jeff Johnson, now Rudy Slug.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, he's dope.
Yeah. But I remember he opened, and I just heard his song, and I was like, oh, no, it started. I gotta go. And I ran. And again, I was in T-shirt and sneakers, and just doing whatever that we could to pull it off. And we did it there for 2 years. And then just going back to what you were saying about how it elevated. So we had 2 years at Coconut Beach. And then in 2018, we moved over to Headliners. And that was the year that it just did like a complete flip. People were showing up in like suits and ball gowns and limousines, and we had like a whole, before there was, and again, like I'm hosting the red carpet myself. We had a backdrop and that was it. Deuce was on the camera,
Deuce, shout out to Deuce.
Original OG. Shout out to DJ Deuce. Yeah. But when we moved to Headliners, we were having trouble with the footprint. So where are we going to put the red carpet? And there was a side door. And I remember we bike racked a whole section. And I was like, let's just invite other people to do interviews. Like, I can't be the only person interviewing people. I got to work the stage. And we had like 4 or 5 different people come out, and we built a media, like a red carpet media section, just based on what I had seen from like the Grammys and all. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. They have this whole section and there's stations. And so we just kind of built off of that blueprint there. And it was our award shows in August. So I don't know if you've ever been to Kentucky in the middle of August, but it's so hot. And we did it outside. And I remember Bella Ray, who was our host, sweating out of her dress and had to, I don't know if she changed or just cleaned up or whatever, but it was just so hot out there. But that was the year that it kind of flipped and went more formal. And then we just like skyrocketed from there.
Because y'all used to do the media day the night before the award
The next year we started doing that because same thing. It was like, oh gosh, number one, that was really hot. Yeah. And number two, there wasn't enough time. So, people try to be cool and show up late and everything. But even we would start like 2-3 hours before. We have like 400 nominees. And there was just not enough time for everybody to get interviews and everything. So the next year we were like, okay, let's have we called it a media mixer. Let's do the media mixer on Friday night or Saturday night. I don't even remember what day of the week it was.
Like a Friday.
I think, maybe, yeah. So we would do this whole event the night before and set up all the media where people could come and do all their interviews and stuff. And we still had it the next day too, but then that way it helped us kind of like work through more people. But it never fails. I mean, everybody still is just waiting in line to get interviews when we start and they don't get to, but you have to show up early.
Yeah, you got to show up early. Yeah.
Before the show starts.
Yeah.
Nah, it has involved a lot. I just saw that. Yeah, it's beautiful how y'all did it. Because we used to come in there, sneakers, hoodies, shorts, T-shirts. Now,
it really elevated
everybody
a lot.
Dress up. It's like
and it was great that people got into that, because you can always say, we want you to dress up. We didn't even say that. Like, people just started doing it. So for everybody to appreciate it and respect it that much is what meant a lot.
Yeah, they started treating it like the Derby.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the Derby.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Some memories on that one.
What shows you produced during the Derby?
Well... I don't know. I wasn't prepared for that question.
We know you was on Broadway.
Oh, yeah. We won't talk about my Broadway days. That was way back. Yeah, that was going back to the 90s. Yeah. I definitely had like my Cadillac out on Broadway and did all those things. But that was way before. That was way before music, though. Yeah. That was way before I ever.
That was our first time in Kentucky.
Because the correct thing, the first time I went to Derby, I was on Broadway. Gucci Man had a little Astro van parked on the side of the road doing his thing.
I'll take you back farther than that. One of my first derbies on Broadway, again, going back to No Limit, so it had to be like 96 or 7. And I remember we're cruising and everything, and then here comes this drop top. And there's this guy with this fur coat on and then like sitting on the back of the drop top, and then all these girls in the car. And I'm like, who is that? Who is that? It was Dope Fiend Willie. Do you remember Dope Fiend Willie from the movie? Yes, from the Bout. Yes, and from the movie, it was Dope Fiend Willie from No Limit. And I will never forget. He had on the white fur coat, and it was like 10 girls in the car. And I was just like, No Limit. Just everything about that whole era just makes me feel warm and fuzzy.
I can't wait to go. I can't wait to go to them shows this year.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna go about 3-4 of them this year.
To the No Limit reunion shows.
Yes, yeah. Because I don't know if I'm wearing my full battle router. I don't know what I'm gonna wear.
Yeah. Are you allowed to wear that?
What?
I mean, I didn't know. Like, are you allowed to wear the Army fatigues to a rap concert?
Yes.
That's our uniform. They can't take that from us.
I'll be buried in it.
Nice.
I ain't even no suit. Hey, get my suit out there.
You should do it then. That and some big gold chains.
Yeah,
I know that's not your style, but
it's gonna be. I'm gonna be extra. I'm gonna go back to bling bling shit. It's gonna be extra now.
But fun fact, and
don't
full
know who
circle.
bling bling is.
To bring that story full circle, going back to when I was doing Derby City Weekend at Wave 3, so I think it was about 2019 because it was right before I left. Master P had I Got the Hookup 2. Remember I Got the Hookup, the movie? So he had I Got the Hookup 2, the sequel to the movie. And I won't get into the long story. Anyway, long story short, I ended up doing like a promo for the movie and doing like a contest or something. So I ended up working with Master P on the movie, doing marketing and promotion for the movie. And then they flew me down to New Orleans for the red carpet movie premiere in New Orleans. Like, you couldn't tell. Again, go back to 1995 or 6 when my friend threw that Down South Hustler CD in my Cadillac. And then 20-some years later, I'm getting flown down for, grinding it out and work. Like, that was really cool. That was probably one of my crazy best memories. Yeah. And then I went to a Derby Gala with him that year. Yeah.
Master P, I think he got property. I know his son.
He's in Louisville a lot. He does a lot of stuff in Louisville, his son played basketball at U of L. And no, he really does a lot there in Louisville, so it's cool. But it's just like, I know saying something is surreal is so cliche, but...
I call
it's like a pinch me moment.
That's what I call it. I call it a pinch myself moment. I'd be like,
that was amazing. I mean, I would never dream that would happen. Yeah. So that was really cool.
It was. So I remember I was a youngster listening to this P. Now he fly me out so I can sing.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. No, they. I'm just glad they bringing it back together. Getting on stage.
I love it. I went to one of those shows a couple years ago in Lexington, the reunion tour. Yeah. Just the energy is all still the same. I mean, everybody's old now, but just when you hear that music that you grew up on, it's so cool.
Didn't get to meet him. Like, that's cool. Like, I met Mac, Fiend a long time ago, but Mac, he had just got in jail. I met him. He was here, maybe a year or two ago.
Really?
Yeah. So
nice.
I got to meet him.
I'm cool with Serv-On.
Serv-On.
Yeah. I don't even remember how we got to be cool.
They sleep on Serv-On albums, man. Serv-On had some dope albums, man.
No, I was in New Orleans a different time, and just said hi and stuff. And he's always been just very, nice to me and everything. So
my little brother, he don't have a gangster bone in his body, but C Murder is his favorite
of
all time.
Same.
Man, good.
Same.
My little brother Jason, I'm telling you, his CD book.
Now, C Murder was on point to me. I ain't gonna pretend.
Well, and back, going back to the music, I just. And I probably should say, but just I like that hardcore. I mean, I'm just like hardcore, and everything that he rapped about, and then also just his cadence, just the way he said it, and he was always my favorite for sure.
And he a veteran too, so he a real veteran.
Nice, I didn't know that.
Yeah, man.
He
was the basic trainer. I don't know what happened after that, but he definitely was. He definitely served in the
and Mia X, of course, because she's. God, like the most boss female ever.
She's my number one female artists of all time.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better.
No, this is Maddie B, but Mia X, man.
Maddie's a whole different ball game, though. Yeah.
See, Maddie sing and rap, so you know.
I call Maddie Ram. Rapping ass Maddie. She be rapping now. She told.
I never heard Maddie rap.
Yeah, Maddie rap.
What?
Maddie got them bars.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just a girly girl, but love her.
I was gonna say she's always so just like sweet and quiet when we're hanging out and stuff.
Maddie a gangster rapper. You ain't know.
What?
She's a Gemini. Maddie a whole Gemini. So she got. Yeah, her birthday was June 18th. So she's a Gemini. So she got that lover side, then she got that C murder side over here. You know?
We would call her B Murder. Maddie B Murder.
That was a good one. Okay, you got a new name, Maddie.
Maddie B Murder. Yeah.
But Mia X, I think a lot of folks forgot when Mia X was on the DJ Jimmy records. She was snapping. First time I heard Mia X, it was 92?
Wow. Okay. That was even before I was hip. Because I think it was probably about 95.
Because these before they got their record deals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, like DJ Jimmy, I know you know DJ Jimmy. DJ Jimmy was a New Orleans DJ, and he had the little bounce music. And then he had this one song, and then he was talking about the females. Then Mia X came back and talked about the dudes.
Nice.
Yeah. She was cold on that thing.
Yeah.
I like her version better than his version. She was snapping on that thing.
Yeah. Oh, man. She was...
I can't wait to see them. I'm telling you, I'm taking off work.
Are they? Is that tour coming to Atlanta?
Where they come.
Yeah, I haven't seen like the lineup.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna have to come, but anywhere within driving range, I'm going to one of them, or two of them, three of them, something. Like that.
Cause I keep seeing the commercials. When the first time I seen it, I said, What Mia X doing there with it? I said, oh, this is a dope commercial.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And then she owned it on the verses, too.
Come on now.
Oh, man.
Come on now. Held it down.
Shut everybody down.
Yeah,
that was nice. Yeah. That was really nice.
Real lyricism.
Are my teeth okay?
Yeah, you good.
Okay. I had to tell them, y'all, I be putting the lipstick on so thick. So before we got started, I said, look, if I get lipstick on my teeth, don't let me be embarrassed.
So AP?
You got to tell me.
AP?
Nah, that's good.
Yeah.
But AP, all this music that you grew up on, you ain't never want to be a rapper?
No, not really.
Did you try? Go on, hit us with 16.
Okay, so there's like a song somewhere. My homeboy Rock, he always had a studio, and I know one night we were in the studio, just like getting blowed and everything, and I remember because he kind of fell asleep or whatever, and I remember before he fell asleep, we were just playing around, like just messing around, and so we were writing a verse, and he helped me write this verse, and then he like passed out, and I was just all about it, like I was so into it in the moment, and so I'm like running in there and like punching myself in, and then running in the booth and spitting my verse, and then running back in and like recording myself and stuff. So there is a verse somewhere. I have no idea. Who knows where that hard drive is now. But no, it wasn't my thing. I wasn't good at it. And that was the thing too. It was when I was younger, I wanted to be a part of this thing, but I couldn't rap. And so I just thought that it was over for me until I got into college and I got that job. And then when I realized that there was a way for me to be a part of this amazing thing without rapping, I just ran with it. And, like I told the story, it started with the video. And then as I just did more things and networked and met people, because I feel like that's kind of my superpower is just like networking and connecting people and building things. People ask me all the time, so what do you do? And it's hard to like really say, like I don't really know. So I just tell people I make shit happen. That's what I do. I make shit happen. But as that grew, and then I started working with artists, and then I started doing like marketing and PR and publicity, and then I was doing the music segments, and all of this intertwined. So all this stuff I'm doing on the side for free, for fun. Right. And then this day job at the TV station that I have just starts intertwining with the music segment and the Master P movie and all these things. Then I left the TV station and I went over to open Paris Town Hall, which you've been to. Paris Town Hall is just an amazing concert venue, a newer one. It opened in 2019, right before COVID. And I was hired on to be the marketing manager for that. And that came from my work with the awards. So again, I'm doing the awards and I'm doing all this stuff on the side and I'm just doing it for fun because I love it. Mm-hmm. And then I woke up one day and realized, wait a minute, I should be putting this on my resume. Like, this stuff that I'm doing is real deal. Like, yeah, it's not, I don't get like a paycheck and every Friday in health insurance, but it's real. Like, I'm working, I'm grinding, I'm good at it. So I start putting that on my resume and everything. And then the marketing work I had done at the TV station. So I opened Paris Town Hall as the marketing manager. Really cool venue. I had Wu-Tang there. So I mean, I didn't bring Wu-Tang. There was a whole, there was like 20 people that, ran this venue. It wasn't like I did it. But I had a Wu-Tang show. That was phenomenal. Really cool. Yeah. That was a really cool moment for me. And then COVID hit and that went away. And so I was unemployed, as we all were, just for 6 months or a year, just sitting there like gardening and, what do I do now? Barista. Now what? Drinking and gardening.
Getting cool cars. I won't say what kind, but.
Oh, yeah. No, you can say, I have an old school Corvette. I'm really into old school cars. Like I said, I drove old Cadillacs my entire life. And then during COVID, I got a 96 Corvette. So that's my baby now. Her name is my white girl. Okay. She's very cool. But anyway, and then I got bored, right? So it's like, okay, let's go see if we can find a job. But it's still COVID. Like, you're not allowed to leave the house or anything.
We was open down here.
Atlanta. Right.
Atlanta never closed.
Well, I'm from Kentucky, and Andy Bashir shut that shit down. He was like, nope, Andy does not play. And shout out to Andy. We love Andy. He is amazing. Vote for Andy any chance you get. But anyway, so I got bored. I was start looking around at jobs, and there's just like nothing. And then just out of the blue, like this little magic little sprinkle, I run across this job, and it's manager of river stage and special events for the city of Jeffersonville, Indiana. So if you're not familiar, and again, I live in Louisville, Jeffersonville, Indiana is like a suburb. It's just, if you've ever been to Louisville, there's a walking bridge that goes across the river. At the end of the walking bridge is Jeffersonville. So it's still Louisville. Huh?
I stayed over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right across the bridge.
Right. So it's still, you feel like you're in the city of Louisville, but it's right there. So I applied for that, and there's no events. It's just that the lady who had that job for like 15 years decided to do, stay home with our kids. So the job was open, and because it's a government job, it's with the city, they filled it anyway, because they just filled it. So I got that job, and I started producing concerts at this place called River Stage. It was like a big barge on the Ohio River. There's a lawn. We seat about 4,000 or 5,000 people on the lawn. And then the stage itself is this big barge. And it's like a concert venue and everything. So I did that for a couple years. And I remember when I got hired, because I come from, like a huge rap background. And I remember getting hired. Now, Jeffersonville is kind of like small town Indiana, mid-America, and then here comes this rap girl over here, braids and all kinds of stuff, right? And I remember them telling me, when they hired me, they were like, okay, we think you're good at what you do, but, we don't do rap over here. And, no rap on the river stage. I was like, give me a paycheck. I don't care. I'll do country. I'll do whatever you want. Just give me a check, you know. So I was like, cool, I don't care. I do rap whenever I want to. So I did river stage for a couple of years. We mostly did like classic rock cover bands. And we had this big event called Jeff Goes Country where we'd bring in a national touring artist. I had like Chris Jansen and, gosh, I forget. But anyway, some big name country artists. And then I think it was like the third year, one of the city councilmen came to me, the black city councilman, one of them. And he was like, Amber, you know, we do this, we spend all this money on this big country show. You know, how come there's no black music on the river stage? And I was like, oh, they told me I'm not allowed to do rap on the river stage, you know. I mean, not to throw anybody under the bus, but, you know, it's just not the vibe over there.
Throw them under the bus.
Yeah, it's just not the vibe over there. I mean, everything they do is great. I'm not, like, dissing the city or anybody. It was just, you know, that's just,
it's
they
Indiana.
never had it before, you know.
It's Indiana.
We know
Indiana
history.
So the city councilman, you know, he's like, well, I want black music on the river stage and we're going to allot some money for you. And I want you to put something together. You know, I think you're capable. I want you to put something really dope together, you know, and I want black people on the river stage, like really cool. And I was like, bet. So they gave me some money and I picked up the phone and I called my dear friend, Desmond Bell. Everybody knows Desmond. And I was like, Des, you know, like I got a budget and I need to bring somebody really cool, but it has to be family friendly. You know, we do what we were doing there. It's all free for the community. So it's just something, everything's free. There's no gate, there's no security, there's no nothing. I mean, it's just, you know, it's families, there's no cussing, you know. So I want to blow it out of the water because this is my big chance, right? Like, this is my time to shine. So I want to do it really big, but it's got to be clean. So he was like, okay, you know, who can we get? And there were some couple of names. I don't know if I should say, you know, who we threw around. Well, I mean, we were looking at like Luda and Nelly, you know, and I think maybe the price was too high and we were kind of like almost there, but not there. Or maybe like the dates weren't working out or whatever. So Des and I were going back and forth trying to figure something out. And he calls me one day and he's like, hey, Lil Jon? And I was like, ooh, skeet though? At the river stage, trying to get me fired, Des? Like, this is my chance, you know? Like, and he's like, you know, that's what I got. So I call the councilman and he's like, hell yeah, Lil Jon. And I'm like, okay, you think it's great, but is the mayor gonna think it's great? You know, so we had to have all these meetings and you know, and I had to have the conversation. Okay, who gets the phone call when the neighbors get mad that we're, you know, skeet all over the river stage? And, you know, and the councilman's like, I got, you know, I'll take the calls. I said, good. I don't want, you know, it's not my thing. I don't want those problems. So we did it. Yeah.
Oh, my life.
Yeah. And so we book Lil Jon and I'm on the phone with the manager and everything. And so, and I mean, even the rock bands, they're not super clean. They cuss a little bit and stuff. So I was like, okay, I got to come up with some guidelines here. So I came up with these guidelines. I said, so I called the manager and I was like, look, you know, family friendly. It was Father's Day. The show was on Father's Day because we did it on Juneteenth. I was like, okay, that was the first year or the second year that Juneteenth was a national holiday. So I was like, let's do Juneteenth because that way we can honor this holiday and, you know, and make it something that the city will carry on for years to come. So I call the manager and I'm like, okay, you know, I get it. So here's what we say. No N-word, no F-word, no fuck the police. Can I say, I'm sorry. You can bleep that out. Maddie, bleep that out if we can't. Because we're city government. Like we, you know, like the police chief is in my meetings, you know, so you know, the police department is part of what we've got going on. And it was also 2021. So it was off, you know, the back end of 2020. And we had, you know, all the protests in Louisville. And, you know, there was Tailor. A very heavy presence of F the police at that time. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, okay, so no F word, no N word, no F the police. Mm. Other than that, I think we can make it work, and we did. And kudos to Lil Jon because he is such a professional. Yep. So when he does the song, when we get to Skeet Ski, right, he's, intros the song and they're playing the song and he turns the mic to the crowd and the crowd sang the whole song and he did not once say any of the words in that song that would have offended people. The crowd said them all, all of the words, windows to the wall to everything. But it was okay because he wasn't saying it. Right. And we had probably about 8,000 people out there, and it was free, and it was Father's Day, and everybody had their families. And the best part, and it was probably, I might cry on this one a little bit, might be the best moment of my career because after that, anytime I would, especially like just in the first couple of weeks, and still to this day, like when I just run into like random people in Jeff, random Black people in Jeff, they're like, "You're the girl that did Lil Jon." They're like, "Thank you so much," because we had never been like honored and recognized in Jeffersonville until that concert. And it was just like, I'm not going to say like I changed the world, but I changed like the small little piece of the world. And not bragging at all, but it just like, God, yeah.
So you wonder why I put plug by your name.
Yeah, that was like just a really important moment for me, for sure. Yeah.
Lil Jon is the ultimate professional when it comes.
Oh God, he was great. He was so wonderful.
Did a couple shows.
And then they still carry on. Just last weekend, they had Bobby V and Mars and Norman Sand, and so I don't do River Stage anymore. I have a different venue that I manage down the street, still for the city. But the lady who is the River Stage manager, she still carries on that Juneteenth show, and they still have bring in a big artist.
Mars performed.
Mars performed last Friday at the River Stage for the Juneteenth show. Yeah. So that means a lot.
You listen. I can't even go down your resume, all the stuff. We ain't even got enough time to go down that road of all the stuff you done did for the hip hop community in Kentucky, Indiana, all that. So that's why I say you like one. I tell Maddie, twin area. It's like probably 5 people I gotta see when I come to Kentucky, and you one of them.
You just come for the coffee.
That definitely come for the coffee. Now, she makes some of the best coffee. I'm not even a coffee drinker like that, and I don't know what you put in that coffee, but you need to start your own line here soon.
Well, it's not mine. I just brew it. I'm a coffee snob. I'm a snob about a lot of things.
See, you got Maddie here
I know. Maddie came over. I'm a snob about a lot of things. Yeah. I'm actually like very bougie. I'm like I'm like a walking juxtaposition of personality. But anyway, I will I only drink like micro roast and I grind it fresh and to brew, and then I do French press and all the things. But anyway,
you and our brother John, I went to Woo. We went to Woo spot one time. He had like, it looked like Starbucks in there.
Yeah.
Like he was like scraping the thing. I'm like, bro, when you start doing this? He was like, bro, I've been like this,
Woo is
like,
very much a connoisseur.
Woo can cook too.
That's what I know,
things.
man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like I never knew. He gave us little teacups and stuff. I was like, I felt like I was in Paris.
No, Woo is very much like a connoisseur of things that you would not even think about. Yeah.
I went over Woo house one time and Woo in there chefing it up. I'm like,
yep.
We had to walk. He gonna cuss me out for that.
No, he was cooking. He was cooking.
Well, he black and Korean. So
Woo can cook. I'm like, man, that's some food, delicious. I'm like, man, who taught you how to cook? He said, man, he did me with one of these.
Right. And you always put me on to the new, of course, you had all the plugs, but you always put us on to the new restaurants, new venues, new spots in Louisville.
I know, because you'll call me and be like, okay, we need to go to brunch, but we can't have this and so only eats green beans and I mean, there's like a long list of parameters.
I'm with the. We brought Scotty out there. Like Josh, Maddie B, like everybody. I have, but these are things I try to.
And
you one person I know that knows everything on both sides of the river. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah.
No, Scotty came up one time and did a show, and we ended up hanging out, and because they were like, "Hey, Scotty's at the studio if anybody wants to go," and then he ended up doing a verse. We went to the studio, then we went to his show, and then PJ, my friend PJ Gifted.
Yeah, PJ Gifted.
So we're at the show, and PJ's like, I think I was taking pictures, too, of all things. And I'm not a photographer, but anyway. And PJ comes up. He's like, hey, can you bring Scotty to the studio? Because he's going to do a verse on my song. And I'm like, yeah, I guess. And so, after the show, I'm like, hey, you're coming with me. And we got to go to the studio. Like, I had just met him 2 hours before. And we end up going, and he did a verse with PJ for his song. It's just crazy, the situations and the places that I end up randomly.
Right.
It's wild.
It'd be like that. Well, I always give Scotty his props too.
I love Scotty. I love his music. And you put me up on Scotty when you used to work together. And then I started listening and I became a fan. So when I got to meet him and hang out, and matter of fact, so I went to the show. So anybody who doesn't know, Crit and Scotty are on tour. Tonight's the last show in Atlanta. Yeah. And so what time is it?
Oh, yeah, no, we're gonna get you there in time.
I gotta go. But anyway, I went to the Nashville show, and so I got to, see him and talk to him there, and that's where I got this shirt, and then I'm going to go to the next show. I
give you some money and grab one of them shirts.
Also, Crit, I am a huge Crit fan. I go to every Crit show.
She definitely
that
Crit
I can.
Fan.
Yeah, for sure.
I had to sneak up on her one time.
Yeah, I'm on the balcony just dancing and doing because I zone out. I'm not AP and I'm not cool when I'm watching Crit because I'm just in another world and I'm just dancing and living in this.
Oh, you like that Mississippi?
Yeah. Yes. And then all of a sudden somebody taps me on and I'm like, he said, I knew you would be here. And so you didn't call me.
I ain't call nobody.
Because you knew I was going to be there and you just came and found me in the crowd. That was really dope. Yeah,
you can't tell people you on Crit tours and all that. Everybody call.
Yeah.
I got 2 phone calls last week.
Yeah. Can I get tickets?
I'm not Ticketmaster. No. I'm not StubHub.
I buy my tickets anyway. Even if I have a plug, and merch.
Even if you get
I buy tickets, I buy merch. Support the artist. Yeah. No,
for sure.
I might ask for a pic. But I'm not asking for no free shit.
I would get a pic. You drove all the way down here, you should get a pic.
But going back to River Stage and Lil Jon, so with the city, just to kind of pull this all together and wrap it up, I guess. So the city had built this really cool artsy shipping container park with an outdoor stage and a lawn. And so this is my 3rd year doing that. Oh. So I left River Stage and moved over a few blocks away to that new park. And then we have a concert series that we started last year. So we do, and everything's free. The city puts it on and it's free for the community and all ages. We got kids running around. I hand out popsicles. It's really cute. But so now we do every Thursday, May through September. Every single Thursday you can come and see a band. We do all different genres and they're local and regional bands that do original music, which I like better than the cover bands because, I like people, I like
original music.
Yeah. And so when you guys make it up that way, you got to come on a Thursday and check out the venue and see the shows and stuff. And I'm really proud and excited of building that from scratch because it, it was a new thing and we had no idea what we were doing with it. It's okay, what do we do? And then I have a really great team. Shout out to my boss, Amber Writings. I love her to death because she really helped me kind of find my way and forge my path with that and figure it out. And, we're just, hugely successful. So it just really feels good to build something, Yeah.
Got the right person for it.
Thank you.
Definitely got the right person for
that.
it. Yeah. Yeah, man. Last thing. That's about that kid. One time. I messed him.
One Take Timmy.
One Take Timmy. Sorry, brother. One Take Timmy.
Okay. So One Take Timmy. Yeah. Yes. So One Take Timmy is a just phenomenal hip hop artist. I won't even say hip hop artist. He is the best lyricist that I have ever. And I know that's saying a lot, but like I'll put him against anybody, famous or otherwise, you know. And I work with him a little bit. I won't say like I'm not his manager or anything like that. But Wu put me on. So when I first moved back to Louisville, I was hanging out with Wu and he was like, you gotta hear this guy. He's really good. One Take Timmy. And we're sitting in his car and he's playing it for me. And I was just immediately a fan. And so I'm listening to him and everything. And I've just become like a fan. Didn't know him. We live in the same city. I didn't see because he's also like, especially at that time, very like reclusive. Like he didn't come out. Like you didn't see him in the clubs or anything. And then I just like randomly met him one time. And even when we met, he was just like, get away from me. Like, what do you do?
That's how he did.
You know, and so it took a while for him to warm up to me or whatever. And then, and then we just like, it kind of built this bond and we did some things together. You know, I'd just like show up at the videos and kind of help direct, but kind of not, just kind of hang around and do shit. And then we became friends. Like, we became, like, really close friends where he would, like, confide in me and, you know, care about my opinion about things. So I say I'm his concierge, you know, is what I call it. But then he coined a term because I was a fan first. So he calls me his fanager. So I own that one. So that was good. But Take is great. I know everybody's probably familiar with him because he's, I mean, you know, to be independent and not, you know, like world renowned and making millions of dollars. Like he is still like everybody in the music industry knows who he is, and all the other rappers and lyricists like really respect him for his craft and everything. But so if anybody doesn't know him, please look up One Take Timmy. It's really weird to spell. Just you'll find him. Trust me. One Take Timmy. But he just makes some of the best music. I still listen to songs from like 10 years ago. And now, mind you, I listen to this man's music every day. And I'll still pick up like a play on words that I was like, shit, I never heard that. Like, I never heard it that way. So he is genius. So yes, please support One Take Timmy. Follow him. Listen to his music. Buy his music. He's got a new project coming out in a month or two. And it's really been fun to watch him grow, especially from that reclusive, you know, antisocial, you know, and to see him like really grow into more of an artist and do the things that he's doing. So thank you for bringing that up because it's a very important part of my career.
I bring it up because, like I say, even with Kentucky, Elysian DJ, Camp, all that, y'all help bring out Jack Harlow, Bryson Tillers, and people like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, that foundation y'all laid in Kentucky definitely helped them as well.
Thank you. Well, Slick laid the foundation. I just kind of tagged along.
Slick, DJ Q.
And not just, gosh, I don't even want to start naming names because I'll forget somebody, but yes. Yes.
Q can't forget Q. And the guy before him, what's his name? He down in Miami right now.
E-Feezy.
E-Feezy.
Yes.
Shout out to E-Feezy.
E-Feezy built a strong foundation.
And a lot of people came by.
But yes, please do not be offended if I did not mention your name in this interview. There's just so...
Yeah, what you say, cuz? Blame
it on the heart. I'm blaming on your mind, not the heart.
Yeah. Well, and there's just so much. You know, people think... People who don't know what we have going on in Kentucky, they really... have no clue, like the levels and the depths of, the like music, you said, like the influence that the DJs carry and the careers that have been built on the things that, the Allegiance, just the Allegiance alone has done.
Every major tour, minor tour, regional tour I done been on has came through Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Whether we done did like a hole-in-the-wall club, the Yum Center, the parks or whatever, everything comes through Kentucky. That's why I tell Kentucky. That's why we go up there at least once, twice a year.
And the listening tours aside, like the listening sessions,
the listening session, right.
Like how many times the people who have pulled up just to like a random pizza place. Like I remember, I don't know, I need to stop telling stories, but but some of these artists that, you're seeing on TV, like I can remember them just like pulling up in a Sprinter van at a pizza place.
Yeah.
And
I think a lot of folks don't understand Louisville as a whole because, production-wise, it's a lot of dope producers there, a lot of songwriters there that got Grammys, that got platinum records that's from and still live in Louisville. Because when I was up there, me and Woo had me everywhere.
Yeah.
From Louisville to Frankfurt, we everywhere. And a lot of the studios that I've been in, a lot of folks, they look at Kentucky and say, oh, Kentucky country. But it do have a music scene that's, I feel that a lot of folks don't know.
And what we do in Kentucky carries influence even down here in Atlanta. It's...
KY Engineer down
here.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Recipe Static Major. He just, his music was in the verses last night with B2K and Pleasure Pete, Puerto Rico.
And we can't leave out Dorian.
Can't leave Dorian Washington.
Yes.
Keys, KY, Lil D, all of them,
absolutely. There's just so many...
Right.
Power players that
right in y'all
you
backyard.
may not know their names and all that, but Kentucky carries a lot of influence throughout the whole music industry in the whole world.
Yes,
for sure.
Definitely does.
But it started in the South.
But Kentucky is considered the South.
Yeah. It's below
it's underneath the Mason 6 line.
Yeah.
The Bible Belt.
Yeah.
I consider myself Southern.
Yeah, y'all country's outdoors.
We spent a lot of time in Kentucky.
From Rhineville, Vine Grove, Bowling Green.
I can claim two. We can claim 270.
You probably never heard of Henderson until I got here.
What are you talking about? Yes, we have.
No, I mean like regular people.
I've been in your city.
Yeah.
I got tricked to go down there one time.
Right.
I'm like, where you got me in?
And we from Mississippi, and we look at, we in the country.
Yeah.
But now we appreciate you pulling up, AP.
Thank you so much for having me. This is fun. I like to talk about myself, this is a treat.
We got to do like a part two. Your story need to be told because you do so much. You continue to do so much for, the hip-hop community.
I'm going to start writing the book. Chevy's been trying to, for years, he's been, you got to write a book. There's so much that I can't even get to here, but I'm going to start writing the book.
Book and a small bio, a documentary or something.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
since you know how to shoot, edit them videos, get somebody to follow you around.
Well, and also, like, you would never know this, but writing is, like, my number one top skill is writing. From being a journalist and producing news and stuff. And I know, like, it's kind of, now with AI, nobody needs a writer anymore. But if you need a writer, if you need to write a book, if you need a bio, you need any of those things, hit me up. But I love to write. Yeah, I really love to write. So I'm going to write the book.
So where can they find you at on social media?
Oh, gosh. Instagram. I'm an old lady. I'm not on Snapchat or TikTok or none of that stuff. I'm on Instagram. I still curate my profile with like the pictures and the shade. Like I don't do reels or anything, but you can follow me on Instagram at South Alves, South Alves, the street I grew up on. And that's where you can find me.
Okay.
Yep.
That's
about it.
Yeah.
So, it's a pleasure, like you say we got to be here about a whole year for you to tell your whole story. And, we definitely appreciate it.
Thank you so much. This was great. And your studio is amazing. The hospitality here and everything is curated so beautifully. And y'all, it smells so good in here. Like, it smells so good. The bathroom is pristine. Like, oh, yes. No, thank you. This is what you've built here is amazing. Yeah. The lighting. I mean, this is like a whole TV studio in here. It's really great.
You're going to have to meet his twin brother, though.
Yes.
Y'all got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, I got an identical twin brother. See, if you go and watch season 3, episode 1, you'll see him.
Okay. Nice.
Season 3. Yep. Episode 1. Yep.
Yeah.
But now we appreciate you coming here. We know you got to get over.
I know. Crit is waiting on me. I gotta go.
Waiting. Scotty ATL is waiting. Shout out to my brother Scotty, man. Proud of
that traffic is waiting.
Oh, gosh. I gotta drive all the way across the city. Like, hopefully I get there before Crit goes on.
They say Martin's smarter, but I don't think they drive.
I should have came here at like 3 instead of 5. But.
I barely made it over here in town today. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, we appreciate you. You know, we love you. Appreciate everything that you do and continue to do great things for the great state of Kentucky and Indiana and now all the surrounding areas.
Thank you.
Know what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Shout out to Kentucky, 270-502 and 859. Yeah, all y'all, man.
But 270.
Yeah. Kentucky is my second home. So,
Radcliffe.
Shout out to my
and Mayfield. We got to shout out to Mayfield. That's where DJ Slick is from. And they always,
sorry about that.
KY hats.
Yeah. Yep.
But shout out to Mayfield because I'm from Henderson, but you would think I'm from Mayfield because every time I go down there, it's like, I'm family.
Right.
And I love that. I love the way they welcome me.
I forgot to talk about that part, and I'm going to keep it short. Shout out to you and Slick for what y'all do for the KY Rays of them kids.
That's slick. I just show up and look cute. No, that is slick. Yeah.
Every year they donate book bags, everything for them kids. Yeah. Slick been doing it ever since I met him.
Yes.
So shout out to the Mayfield Beginner, Bowling Green Representative, Louisville Record Spinner, the Mixtape Iron Man, and all that.
Nice.
Yeah, DJ Slick, man.
Okay.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
At the crib.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah, man.
No, that's all Slick. I don't have anything to do with
shout
that.
Shout out to Slick, Allegiant DJ, all y'all, man.
Yeah, he does about 500 backpacks full of school supplies for kids every year.
That's dope.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. Gotta go.
What else they need to do?
Hey, we need y'all to go out there, like, share, and subscribe to the Tailor Talk Podcast, and see y'all next time.